Hey beauties, this is the sewing tutorial of the pattern that we drafted in my previous video. In this video, we are going to be learning how to sew it, and it's going to be a step-by-step tutorial. Trust me, and you're going to get it. If you've been struggling with sewing a shawl collar jacket before, this video is for you because you are finally going to get it. Hello, my name is Winnie and you're welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you are not yet subscribed, kindly click the subscribe button, like my videos, share with your family and friends, and don't forget to turn on the notification bell so you don't miss out anytime I upload a new tutorial. And without too much talking, let's get to the honey of the video. Let's go. I love you. Hey beauty, welcome to my channel. The first thing you are expected to do after drafting your pattern is of course to cut it on your fabric, and I'm going to be using this Ankara fabric to create mine. So I'm folding my fabric into two, and then I've placed my pattern carefully on it, and I'm going to hold it down with pins or scissors to keep it in place. And then I am just going to go ahead and cut it exactly as it is. Don't forget, we are not adding any allowance to the sides or anywhere because we've already added all our allowances to paper. The only place that you're going to add your allowance is at the shoulder area, which I forgot to do here, but it was still fine. All right, but if you have the opportunity to, at the shoulder area there, you should add at least ½ inch for seam allowance, and then that will be all. So the other part of the pattern, you are just going to cut it as it is. I hope you understand what I'm saying. So I've gone ahead to cut it now, and then I am going to pick another part of the fabric and fold it into two again, and then I am going to cut the back part. So this is the back part. If you want it to have like a slit at the back, something that you're going to join, you can leave an allowance at the center back, maybe like 1 inch or ½ inch, and slit it open, then join it later. But for me, I don't want it to have any slit at the back. I just want it to be a plain straight back. All right, just as simple as that. All right, I don't want to do any paparazzi at all. So I'm cutting my pattern exactly as it is, and I'm not going to be adding any allowance to the sides or the down part because I've added all my allowances to paper. So once that was done, the next thing is to pick the front part and work on the facing for the front. This is totally optional, but it's advisable to do it so that your jacket can have a professional look. So what I'm going to be doing is that from the center part of the front, I'm going to mark my bust span measurement. Don't forget that that line is the center front. That line is the center front. So you are going to mark your bust span measurement divided by 2 plus ½ inch. That is, the bust span measurement of this client is 8 inches divided by 2 plus ½ inches. That's 4½ inches. So that is what you are going to mark all the way down. Then you move to the shoulder, and then you measure what you have there, and then you mark the midpoint of the shoulder. All right, mark the midpoint of the shoulder, and then connect from that line all the way to the shoulder. And that is as simple as that. You have gone ahead to create your facing for the front. So you can go ahead and cut through that line, but for me, I want to keep this pattern for subsequent jackets that I can make for someone of this size. So I'm just going to be folding it and trying to fold it so that I can cut each part separately. All right, so I'm just trying to fold everything in. So when I was successful at folding, although it was a hassle, like it was just folding somehow, but I just, I managed because I didn't want to cut the pattern at all. So I managed to, keep everything in place. And when I was done doing that, I just went ahead to, cut it out when everything was well aligned. Don't forget, this is not the main fabric. This is the lining or facing that we are about to cut. That part that is inside inside your jacket that shows that okay, a part of your fabric is inside the jacket when you open up your jacket. You understand? So this gives it a more professional look. By the time you sew it for yourself or your clients, you even see that this is really professional. So this is the facing that we are cutting right now. So once I placed it on top of the fabric like this, I just went ahead to cut it exactly as it is. I did not add any allowance, but towards this side that I'm cutting right now, I added about ½ inch allowance so that I'll use it to join it to the other side. You know, it's supposed to be a full front pattern cut for the lining, you understand, but we are cutting half of it now with the main fabric, and we are going to be cutting the other half for the lining. So when we join it together, it's going to give us the full lining. I hope you understand all this gibberish that I'm saying. If you do not understand, please rewind, watch it again, watch what I'm doing more than you listen to me, all right, so that you can get it and you will understand it clearly. All right, so what I'm doing now is to just cut everything out. So I realized that it was shifting, so I just decided to hold it down with my pins. This can be really tricky to work with, but just take your time. So if you take your time, you are going to really get it. Just do it one step at a time, and you are going to see that it is so simple. There's nothing so difficult about sewing a shawl collar jacket. So if you are new to my channel, you are welcome to the channel of beautiful people. On here we do everything DIY on garment making, anything about sewing. I'm here for you. All right, so if you are not yet subscribed, please subscribe. If this video is helpful to you, please give it a fat thumbs up, share with other people so that they can benefit from this video, and drop your questions and thoughts in the comment section down below, because I love to hear from you and I would love to know if this video was impactful. All right, so I've gone ahead, thank you. So I've gone ahead to cut the other part of the lining, and by the time you join it together, it's going to give you one piece, just like I'm about to show you right now. So this is one side of the lining for the Ankara, and the black lining is the major lining. All right, so everything, by the time you join it together like this, everything will give you a full front pattern like this. And don't forget that all of this that you are seeing right now is a lining for the main dress. I hope you understand. So I'm going to be, removing 1 inch from the down part of the lining, because the lining is supposed to be shorter than the main fabric, so that it can give it a professional feel at the down part. All right, so I'm just cutting out the 1 inch away, and then at the other side also I'm going to be removing 1 inch from the down part, because the lining is supposed to be shorter than the main fabric. So that is what I'm marking right now with my chalk, and then I am going to go ahead and cut it out once I am done marking it. So I'm going to pick the front lining also, and then I am going to also deduct 1 inch from the down part of the front lining, and then I am going to cut that away also. All right, so once we are done doing that, then we can get into sewing proper. So the first thing that you are going to do is that you are going to join the two linings together. So this is the one that I've done earlier, I just showed you briefly. So this is the two lining, this is how it's meant to be. So you are going to place it on top of each other, right side facing right side, and then you are going to go ahead and stitch with about ½ inch. So I'm done sewing now, and this is what it's looking like. So you are now going to pick the full front piece, and then you are going to place it on top of each other, right side facing right side. So what you are going to do is that you are going to sew the down part first. After sewing the down part, you will now pull the lining to match up with the upper part of the front, and then you are going to stitch the two sides. All right, so I've gone ahead to sew the down part like this, and then I'm going to pull the lining to match up with the upper part of the front, and then I am going to sew the two sides, so which is what I've done here. See how it is looking neat and fresh. So you are going to use your iron to press it at this point, but for me there was no power, so I'm just using my hand to straighten it. I'm going to be ironing it much later, but it's advisable to iron as you sew. So once we are done with all the front piece, the next thing you are going to do is to place the right side of the two front piece together, and then just sew at this area. Sew it with 1/2 inch at that area, just to join the two shawl collar together, so give it a smooth transition so that it can give you a full front body. All right, so after joining, see how it is looking like now. So the next thing is to attach the back. I first wanted to attach the back without attaching lining, and then use the lining to close everything up, but I tried and I realized that I didn't get it, so I went ahead to join my lining to the back separately, because I wanted this to be as, you know, beginner friendly as possible. I didn't want to do the complicated part, so I joined my lining differently to the back, and then I went ahead to sew my shoulder. So after sewing the shoulder, it's going to remain the neckline. Just that opening that you can see now is the neckline. So you are going to carefully stitch the front and back neckline together. This part is very tricky, but if you take your time and you are patient, you are going to get it. So just carefully place the front neckline and the back neckline together, and go ahead and stitch everything up. So you can weave all the rough edges so that your work can be neat, and then go ahead to join the sides with whatever allowance that you added. So this is what it was looking like at this point. It's already forming a shawl collar jacket. So the next thing I'm going to be doing is to just attach my sleeves and give it a very good press, and then I'm also going to sew my rope. All right, and once I was done, this was what it was looking like. See how beautiful it looks. This looks really beautiful and professional. Thank you guys for watching. If this video was helpful, let me know in the comment section, and if you have any questions, I'd love to hear from you. You can also drop that in the comment section down below. So till I see you in my next one, I want you to know that I love you and I care. Bye. Papa.